Hello! Today we are making Zuppa Toscana. Alright. So this is a soup from Olive Garden. I love Olive Garden. I don't know why there's Olive Garden haters. I love Olive Garden. So we're gonna make it a home version. First, we're gonna take half an onion. We're gonna go ahead and chop her up. Again, slice down the line of our onion. And then turn it. Go ahead and make little squares. Next, we're gonna cut up a couple cloves of garlic. Smash! Smash! Next, we're gonna take our bacon, and we're only using 4 strips of bacon. Just regular bacon. If you want to use peppered bacon, you can, or any other kind of bacon, but honestly, the regular simple stuff is good enough. We're gonna take our bacon. We're gonna cut our bacon into just small pieces. It's about what, half an inch or so? So we're gonna put our bacon in our bowl and just separate them so it's a little bit easier for ourselves later. Bowl of bacon. Next, we're gonna work with our kale. So if you've never worked with kale before, watch this. It's pretty easy. We're gonna go ahead and get our kale. Gonna open her up. We're gonna take our colander here, grab a stalk, and we're simply just gonna pull off the kale leaves from the stalk into our little colander here. We're gonna pull about 4 stalks, 4 to 5 stalks, depending on how much kale you want to eat in your soup. Then we're gonna give it a quick rinse. So this seems like enough kale for today's soup. So I'm gonna bring her over to the sink. Quick little rinse. Kale's usually not too dirty, which is nice. This is for just in case there's any dirt, little visitors, little bug visitors maybe. We have potatoes, 2 trace potatoes. We're gonna go ahead, give it a wash. Go ahead and peel our potatoes. Now, if you like potato skin in your dishes, you definitely do not need to peel potatoes. Just make sure you wash it really well with cold water. If you have that vegetable soap situation, use that, I guess. But just make sure it's nice and clean if you're gonna eat it. Our potatoes are all peeled, so now we're gonna cube them up. I'm gonna cut these into bite-sized cubes. That's just how I like my potatoes in the soup, but if you like them, in how Olive Garden does it is sliced. You can do them sliced. You can do them, you know, honestly any shape you like. Alright, here's the last of our potato. And for potatoes, since we're not using it right away, I'm going to go ahead and cover with cold water. This is going to help your potatoes from turning that weird gray, greenish type of color. So just gonna top it off with some cold water while we work with our other elements. Now that all of our veggies are ready, we're gonna go ahead and start with our meat component. We're gonna brown up some mild Italian sausage. You can use mild Italian sausage, sweet Italian sausage, spicy Italian sausage. Honestly, any type of sausage would work well in this. medium-high. Get some extra virgin olive oil in the pan. Totally a pot, not a pan. We're doing everything inside of a large soup pot today. Grab our sausage carefully into pot. Oh, we don't want that. Yoink! Go ahead, quickly break up the sausage in the pot. Sometimes I wish I was a little bit taller. We're gonna keep going with our sausage until everything is nice and brown. Now that our sausage is all brown, you can see here the little brown bits on the bottom of the pan. I'm just gonna go ahead and scrape some of that into the sausage. Get nice flavoring and color on that bad boy. Once you see everything is brown and cooked, I'm gonna kill the heat and just go ahead with a slotted spoon, retrieve our sausage into a bowl. All of our sausage has been removed. Now we're gonna turn the pan back on. Again, medium-high, nothing too crazy. Take our bacon, and no need to add more fat. There's a lot of fat in here already. Just drop in our bacon pieces and allow it to crisp up for a couple minutes. We don't want to make bacon bits, so I'm gonna go ahead and kill the heat. Remove our bacon. Take our slotted spoon, retrieve our bacon, and just plop it into a paper-lined bowl. So with all this bacon fat that we have left in here, we're actually gonna use it to cook our vegetables. Don't worry, we're gonna get it out later on. You'll see how. Turn on our fire. Nice medium-high. Throw in our onion. Just about a minute or so, constantly stirring. We don't want anything to burn. Bacon fat and onions. So good. It's been about a minute for our onions. I'm gonna go ahead now and add in our garlic. Now we're gonna add in our crushed red pepper flakes. However much you like. I'm gonna put a good amount, maybe even like 2 teaspoons. Stir that around. And you see how in our pot here we have a lot of brown bits from browning our sausage and cooking our bacon. It's all on the bottom of that pot. We're gonna retrieve all of that by adding in some broth. So I'm using both veggie broth and chicken broth today. You can use all chicken, you can use all veggie, whatever you got on hand. This is just what I happen to have. So go ahead and add the stock in. Try to scrape up some of that brown bits at the bottom of our pan. And don't worry if they all don't come up first. As it boils and cooks, you'll be able to lift it right out. Go ahead and add the rest of our broth. Go ahead and chicken broth this time. I should also mention, whenever I use chicken broth, I always go for the low sodium. That way you can control the salt better that way for yourself. If there's too much salt, you can't take it out. But if there's not enough salt, you can always add in more. We're gonna cover our pot, bring it to a high, and we're gonna bring this up to a boil. Take a few minutes. We've come to a rolling boil. Kill the heat real quick, just so it helps you. We're gonna use our ladle, the small bowl. All that fat on the top, we're gonna go ahead and skim off. And this is the bacon fat, the fat from the sausage. It's good flavor, but we also don't want to eat that. So just go ahead, be patient with yourself, and just skim off that fat. We're gonna gonna go ahead and take our potatoes, drain the water off. Take it right over to your stove. Plop your potatoes right into the bath. So we add our potatoes now. Turn our fire back on to high. Give her a cover. Bring it back up to a boil. We're back to a boil. Again, steam's hot, guys. Careful with the steam. Nice little stir. So now we're gonna add in our kale. Plop that into the pot. It looks like a lot, but don't worry, it will shrink down. Give her a stir. Everyone in the bath, everyone in the bath. Again, cover. Just about 5 minutes. All right, let's see how the bath is doing. Oh yeah. It's looking good. This is definitely a chunky soup. Now as you're stirring, it's totally cool to kind of smash up some of your potatoes. That's gonna give the starch to thicken your soup a little bit. Totally not necessary, but it's a little fun thing to do, just to smash a little bit. We're gonna add in the rest of our friends into the bath. Our bacon and our sausage. Stir that all together. Smells like Olive Garden. For a nice little final touch, we're gonna add just a bit of half and half. You can use heavy cream if you want to be more rich. You can use regular milk, you can use 2%, but I figure half and half is the best of both worlds. And we'll do just about 1/4 to 1/2 cup. We're gonna do one last cover on a nice medium-high heat to bring it all together. Bye-bye for now. Let's check out our bath. Nice hot and bubbly, thick and creamy. Now we taste for seasoning. See if we need to add anything. Definitely salt, pepper, and we're gonna go with some more red chili flakes as well. There's a lot of potato in here, so don't be weirded out if you need to add a lot more salt. Okay, let's kill the heat. Let's serve ourselves. And here we have our homemade Zuppa Toscana. Thanks for joining us. Now get out of my kitchen.